Hey, what's going on, everybody? Dave in here, helping you play creatively. Man, I am pumped about today's lesson because we are going to look at some drop two voicings. Now, let's review for a second. What is a drop two voicing? Well, if we look at a C major chord here, and we were to take the second note, right, in C major, which would be E, and we would drop that down an octave. Here we have a drop two voicing. So a drop two voicing is taking the second note within a voicing and dropping it down an octave, all right? So now, today we are looking at a drop two voicing with adding a ninth in the left hand, okay? So what I mean by that is, instead of playing a drop two voicing maybe like this, or like this, one way I like to play my drop two voicings is by taking this E and then bringing this down a whole step. And so that gives me, you can think of it as a C major over E with an add 9, okay? And so that's one of my favorite voicings. So now let's look at that for another chord. Let's look at that for an F major. So if we were to look at an F major in root position, we would take the A, drop it down an octave, but instead of playing A in both fingers in the left hand, we're gonna bring that A here down to G. Bring it down a whole step, okay? And you get something like this. All right, let's look at it for one more key, and then we're gonna go ahead and try to apply this in a song. So let's look at this let's look at it for something a little bit harder. Let's look at it for A flat, okay? So we have A flat major, root position here, and we're going to bring the C down an octave, and then we're gonna drop it in our left hand, bring our thumb down to the B flat, all right? So bring it down a whole step, okay? All right. Now, here's how I would begin to apply this voicing in a song. So let's take the song, It Is Well With My Soul. Let's take it from the section, let's go from the beginning, When Peace Like a River. So we have, let's go back to C major. So just basic chords here. When peace like a river attendeth my way. All right, so we have C major, F. We're gonna just play G major for now. All right, so one way I might play my drop two voicings in this song would be, when peace like a river attendeth my way. All right, that's one way. But now, what happens when we begin to add the ninth in our left hand? When peace like a river attendeth my way. All right, it just begins to add one more depth of flavor, okay? So something I would suggest for you guys to begin doing is practice this particular voicing in all your keys, okay? So just don't take this idea and play it for a couple of chords, but practice it for all of your keys. And the way I suggest practicing it is practicing it on the 1, the 4, and the 5 in every key, okay? So let's say we're gonna play this for the 1, 4, and 5 in C, which would be C, F is 4, G is 5. It would be like this. And then we would move up to, let's say, C sharp, D flat, okay? And then we would move up to D major. Okay, now I'll explain one more little thing that I'm doing with this voicing. Now, it's not necessarily related to it being a drop 2 voicing, but it's just how I'm voicing this chord here, okay? So with a drop 2 voicing, let's say I'm playing a D major here in root position, and I'm going to the second note, the 2, right? And I'm dropping that an octave, like that. Well, instead of playing my voicing like that, what I go ahead and do is I double up on the 5, like this, okay? And so I play A there and A here. And I do it on C major as well. My 5 for C would be G, and so I'm doubling up like that, okay? That's the only difference, okay? So go ahead and begin to practice this in all of your keys. Once you've done that, then it will be so much easier to move on to some more complex ideas. So for example, you can play, instead of playing when peace like a river attendeth my way, you could play it like this. When peace like a river attendeth my way. Or you can add some inner voicing to it, right? So when peace like a river attendeth my way. Woo. All right. So look, you gotta work on the fundamentals, and then once you've grasped that initial concept, you can move on to much more complex ideas. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like content like this, do me a favor. Go ahead and like and subscribe. That just tells YouTube, hey, these guys are making great content. Also, if you would like to learn the piano in a step-by-step process, you want to learn more about passing chords, chord substitutions, inner voicings, anything that helps you play creatively, go ahead and check out our website at play-creatively.com, where you can find everything you need to grow as a piano player. Well, until next time, keep watching, keep learning, and we'll all keep growing together. I'll see you guys next week.